on the payroll wearing their county badges during the workday, previously having sent an email from her county address to set this up. Let's watch it again. Charlie Kirk was assassinated for trying to engage young people in dialogue on topics that some people in our society do not even want discussed. I am all for celebrating Charlie Kirk. I am all for commemorating Charlie Kirk. And most of all, I am all for carrying on the legacy of Charlie Kirk's message and his actions to cause there to be more dialogue. What I am not for is abuse of office. And in this case, we're going to talk about Commissioner David Painter and his staff. But I want to first say, what would happen if it was found out that the Democrats, if they had office in Claremont County, which they don't, had used the government resources to set up an event for George Floyd for the Democrat Party, that government paid resources were doing political activities? We would be outraged. We would be yelling and screaming about it. So on September 14th, to get into it, people on the Republican Central Committee, of which I'm one, got notification that there was going to be a candlelight vigil for Charlie Kirk by the Claremont County Young Republicans that take place at the Claremont County Courthouse. On September 15th, the next day, a woman named Tracie Braun, who is the personal taxpayer aide to Commissioner David Painter, who is also the chairman of the Republican Party in Claremont County, was getting it set up, communicating from her county email to Batavia Village to set up this candlelight vigil. Later in the day, on, again, September 15th, Tracie Braun was actually showing up wearing her county badge at the Batavia Village offices to do political work for David Painter. Let's watch the video of her walking in the building with another county employee also wearing their badge. They were there to fill out this form. This is an assembly permit application for Batavia Village, signed by Tracie Braun, who's being paid for by the taxpayers. But now it gets even more bizarre that the actual organization that during the workday, wearing her county badge, she was doing work for was the Claremont County Young Republicans. Contact person Gloria Kirker for a candlelight vigil to take place at the courthouse, signed by Tracie Braun while working on a taxpayer's dime for Commissioner Painter. It is not only wrong, it is illegal. In fact, the county has made those arguments. So I had a situation many years ago where Treasurer Zermely tried to have me arrested for sending an email to her county government paid address. It resulted in a federal lawsuit that I won and prevailed, okay? That a county official cannot try to have you arrested for sending them an email. In the arguments put forth by the county, the email I sent was requesting a party record. She was not responding. Zoom really only responds to the people she wants to. She was not responding, so it was during COVID. I sent her an email asking her to provide a party record, okay? And I sent it to her county email address. The county actually argued that if she were to just reply to that address, even if she were to reply to say, don't send me this email here at this address, send it at this address, that somehow that would be a violation of the law, Ohio Revised Code 9.03. And I'll read a highlight out of this. The as applied challenge to the telecommunications statute fails because Hicks does not have constitutionally protected right to email Treasury Zermely at her county provided email address. I do, I won the case, okay? Asking her to address and respond to matters involving the Claremont County Republican Party. Using a county provided email for any purpose that involves or relates to a political party is a violation of Revised Code 9.03D. Therefore, communication that potentially violates implicates this criminal statute, falls beyond the protection of the First Amendment. RC 903D prohibits using public funds for the benefit of a political party or candidate. It is a misdemeanor of the first degree, punishable by up to 6 months in jail and a $1,000 fine. Merely receiving emails addressed to members of the Claremont County Republican Party at her county-provided email address places Treasurer Zermely in a position of violating the law. That was the county's argument. But let's watch again Tracie Braun with her sidekick county employee going to Batavia Village to set up a political event for David Painter on the payroll, wearing their county badges during the workday, previously having sent an email from her county address to set this up. Let's watch it again. So David Painter continually does this, and he always blames me that I'm CNN because I refer to things he's done wrong. No, he does things wrong. Let's go back. I call this EVENTGATE. Let's go back to AirportGate. So AirportGate was this summer. It's him receiving preferential treatment as chair of the party for party events to take place at the airport when he is negotiating a contract with the airport for their use of county land. It is a quid pro quo, absolutely. I tried to ask him about this in a county meeting, and listen to this when he claims he can't talk about political stuff even from within the county building.
On the airport, doesn't the county has contracts with the airport? You're the head of the Republican Party. They give preferential favorable treatment, which I confirmed with Mr. Gallagher.
I don't
Isn't that
comment.
an improper interest in a
Mr.
contract?
Hicks, again, I don't comment about Republican Party matters from this dais.
David Painter also claimed that he did nothing wrong with the airport because he wasn't in a prominent party position at the time that these party events were taking place at the airport. But look, here's a picture of David Painter sitting in a prominent position at an event taking place at the airport. The series of events involving David Painter, EVENTGATE, AirportGate, and previously CoffeeGate, all point to a pattern of using his office for political purposes. Let me spend a second on CoffeeGate. So CoffeeGate involved David Painter trying to endear himself to members of the Republican Party when he was going to be coming up for election by providing them coffee during a meeting that he went and brewed at the county building and then brought back to the party headquarters for a party meeting. I raised all kind of stink about it. Now, ultimately, the claim was that the coffee had been paid for by him. But one of the things that's so bizarre about this man is he won't answer questions. So let's listen real quick here. I repeatedly asked him, where did the coffee come from? He repeatedly refused to answer.
Hey, David, can I ask you a quick question? The coffee thing, the coffee where you had coffee brought to the screening committee meeting? I tried to ask for clarification again and again. Judy said 3 times that it was county coffee you had brought to the screening committee. Is that the truth? Why won't you clarify that?
I don't know you nothing, Chris.
You won't clarify that.
So I think there's a pattern here. David Painter knows the law. He just thinks he can get away with it. So up at the dais, he says, I can't do politics stuff here. But then he's got his aide going to set up political events for him. Let's watch it again. So let's close by going back to this. The county arguing that if Jeannie Zoomerly were to merely reply to a political email from her county-provided government email address, that it would be a violation of 9.03 and it would be a misdemeanor of the first degree, punishable by up to 6 months in jail and a $1,000 fine. Okay, Brian Shrive, who wrote that, Mark Tekulve, show me you're not dirtbags. Go charge David Painter. Go charge Tracie Braun. Because you made this argument. You're the ones that made the argument that an elected official Just replying to an email would be a misdemeanor of the first degree and up to 6 months in jail. So don't you think certainly setting up political events on county time, wearing your county badge, on the clock, going down to get the forms filled out, that certainly would qualify, wouldn't it? I'll look forward to the charges. I will look forward to the charges that you handle this in the way that you thought it should have been handled and you argued it would have been handled had Jeannie Zoomerly responded to a political email from her county email address.